And I think how not wanting to be different, when that quickly turned into shame of my culture or my upbringing or my skin, I didn't necessarily connect the two until I was a little bit older.
Totally. The shame stronghold, as we've talked about, I think is so innate with any person from a first generation background, because you want to fit in, you want to fit into this white culture, you know, the American dream, like all of these things. You don't want to stand out. Well, I guess you can say you don't want to stand out in a way that people are noticing that part of you. You learned how you wanted to stand out by being really the best, like academically in your career, which we'll get to down the road. But moving through like the middle school and high school spaces, like what were some of the things that you did that you were, or at least you remember doing, that kind of shamed your heritage or, you know, pushed it away?
Yeah, I want to backtrack and say that I don't speak for every first generation immigrant. It also depends on where you are, right? Other Indian friends that I have grown up in different, you know, more diverse, bigger cities. I happened to move to a very small town in the mountains of North Carolina. So the experience was very different. But I mean, you just want to disassociate with every stereotypical thing that people think about Indian people, right? The really strong smelling foods or the oily skin. And the strict parents, and I think those are the things I remember thinking, man, like, why is my family so different? And you know, I credit my parents. They were surviving themselves to move here at like 30, 40 years old. It's not easy. So it's not like we sat down and talked about, look, it's important to know that you're different. Let's try and kind of gain good things out of American culture and keep the good Indian culture. It wasn't like that. It was just all about sending us to school with Indian food because that's what we knew, and being embarrassed of it. I was like, no, I want to eat pizza. I don't know why I'm vegetarian. I can't explain my culture or religion. And we didn't necessarily have the time to sit down and talk about all those because we were surviving. We were earning money. We were trying to make a living. We were just trying to get educated. And so those are the things I remember being super embarrassed, ashamed, even like little things like my mom didn't let me shave my legs till I was like in 7th or 8th grade. It's not something that we were really able to talk to each other about, and going to basketball practice and things like that. You just remember holding on really tightly to those because you're like, I don't feel like all the other girls around me.